Good morning, my YouTube viewers. It is Crystal here. I'm here this morning because I wanted to make another video on SQL. And I'm going to be using the USA names data set. And I sort of picked that because I was hoping that it wasn't very big. Because the thing about SQL is a language that is used for database management, and the databases are really big. And the thing about SQL using Kaggle is Kaggle only lets you use like 5 terabytes a month. And then once you've used your 5 terabytes, then you have to wait until it resets and then you can use it again. And as a result of that, I can't do a lot of queries, but I did make one query where we're going to be using 3 names, and then we're going to be using Matplotlib to make a bar chart of those 3 names so we can find out which of the 3 names is the most common. And so basically that's what we did. We're using the USA name data set, and then we've got our problem statement is find 3 names in names database, which is what we're going to do. We're going to import our libraries. So from Google.Cloud, import BigQuery. It's a BigQuery data set, so that enables you to work with BigQuery data sets. We're going to import NumPy as MP. That creates NumPy arrays and allows you to perform numerical computations. We're going to import pandas as PD, which creates data frames and allows you to process data. And then we're going to import matplotlib.python as PLT, which enables you to visualize the data. So what we're going to do here is we're going to format BigQuery. So client equals BigQuery.client, dataset ref equals client.dataset, USA names, project equals BigQuery public data, dataset equals client.getDataset, dataset ref, tables equals list client.list tables dataset. And then it says for table in tables, print table.table ID. So you can see that there's 2 tables. The table that I'm going to be using is going to be USA 1910 to current. Okay, so now we're going to do table ref equals table ref.table, USA 1910 to current. Table equals client.get table, table ref, and then you do table schema. And the schema, I think, is like info in Panda. So I've never seen schema used in Python. So I'm assuming this is a SQL command. I might try it in Python and see what happens. But this is your schema, so it's like info, really. I'll look up schema, see if I can use it in Python, but I can't look at it now because my video recorder on my computer isn't working, which means I have to use an online video recorder, and because I use a free online video recorder, and then so I'm only able to use just one page. And we're going to do client.listRows brackets table dot max results equals 5.2 data frame. So we're going to convert it to a data frame, and it's only going to print 5 rows. I mean, because obviously you can't print all of the rows because it'll be in the millions. Client.listRows table comma selected fields equals table.schema. And it's going to be all of the rows and 5 columns. Max result equals 5, so it's only going to print 5 rows, 2 data frames. So you've got your state, your gender, your year, your name, and your number. Now we're going to make a query. So names equals select names, date, year, gender, number from BigQuery public data.usa names.usa 1910 current, where name in Tracy Cindy Mark. So if you watched my last video was that I only selected a name, my name from Tracy. But in this video, I'm going to select 3 names equals Tracy Cindy Mark. Dry run config equals BigQuery dot query job config. Dry run equals true. Dry run query job equals client dot query names comma job config equals dry run config. And then it says print, this query will process so many bytes. And it tells you how many bytes it will process in every query. So that's a lot of bytes. I think it's hundreds, thousands. I think it's 194 million bytes for every time you do a query. So if you do lots of queries, it's not going to last very long. So that's why I can't do a lot with SQL, because it's so memory intensive. Names 1 equal client.query names.result to data frame. So it's going to take the results and it's going to send it to a data frame. And so you can see you've got Tracy Cindy Mark in there, and you can see which 3 are in there. Client equals BigQuery.client. Query job equals client.query names. Names 2 equals query job.to data frame. Said 3 names equals names 2 dot name dot value counts head. And then you've got your 3 names, a value count of the 3 names. So Mark was the most popular name. It was 5320. Tracy was the second most popular name. It was 4413, and Cindy was the least popular name, being 2956. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the answer, the value counts, the 3 names, and we're going to convert it into a data frame, and we're going to reset the index. So the names and the count is going to be in a data frame. And after we have converted it to a data frame, then what we can do is we can use Matplotlib to visualize it. So plt.bar 3names.iloc, and then it's going to be all of the rows in the 0 column, and then 3names.iloc, all of the rows and 1 column. Color is going to be light blue. Width is going to be 0.4, and then the X label is going to be names. The Y label is going to be value counts. The title is going to be sibling names. And then so you can see what we ascertained when we did the value counts, that Mark is the most common name, Tracy is the second most common name, and Cindy is the least common name. And that is it for this particular query, of which we had visualized, because visualization is very good because it helps people to better understand what queries they're working on. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video because it's a small query. As I said, I can't do a lot. The more queries that I make, the more it runs up my data allocation for the month. But I'll be making more SQL queries, as much data allocation as I possibly can. So if you like my video, please like and subscribe. And I look forward to making other videos on SQL and Python for you in the future.